Wales, famous for its landscapes, castles, and rugby. But why is it specifically famous for rugby? Well, to answer that question, we're going to need to go back to Cardiff Arms Park in 1905 to have a look at a famous match between Wales and New Zealand. From September to December of 1905, the New Zealand rugby team had been touring the UK, playing various different counties alongside England, Ireland, and Scotland, beating them all. In fact, winning 34 out of 34 games before they arrived in Cardiff on the 15th of December, ready to play against Wales. Wales themselves were also unbeaten in 1905 and had also defeated England, Scotland, and Ireland. And they hadn't lost a home international game since 1899. So many people saw Wales as the last hope of the UK to prevent New Zealand having a clean sweep. And this was billed as the match of the century, or the unofficial World Championship match at the time. This brings us to the actual night of the 16th of December 1905, when 47,000 people packed themselves into Cardiff Arms Park to watch Wales beat New Zealand 3-0 thanks to a controversial Teddy Morgan try. This victory was huge news for Wales at the time, and it also saw the first time ever that My Hen Wlad Fy N'adau had been sung at a rugby match as a national anthem. And if you're not sure what I mean, it's this song. All of a sudden, the Welsh public became very aware that Wales was the only country to beat New Zealand on their tour of the UK, succeeding where England, Ireland and Scotland had all failed. At the time, Wales had just gone through some monumental changes. The Welsh language had seriously declined throughout the 1800s, and industry coming into Wales meant that people had moved largely from countryside to towns and villages. So questions about what it actually meant to be Welsh were very difficult to answer at the time. But now, because the Welsh had managed to beat New Zealand where all others had failed, this was something that made Wales clearly distinct and different from England, Scotland and Ireland. So this was something the Welsh public could cling on to give them a sense of what it meant to be Welsh at the time. Now, rugby had been played in Wales much before this game, but this was something of a watershed moment and started off the tradition of singing My Hen Wlad Fy N'adau and giving people a chance to express their Welshness at rugby matches, which continues to this day. So if you enjoyed this video, I think you should definitely watch the video on screen about Wales's last Football World Cup in 1958, and definitely consider subscribing if again you enjoyed this video.